morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 245. Please subscribe. We are in part 2 of the workbook, our third relevant thought, what is the world? And today's lesson follows greatly, easily. We can see that from yesterday's lesson. Yesterday's lesson being, I am in danger nowhere in the world. And today's lesson is, your peace is with me, Father. I am safe. One of the things about each and every one of these lessons is it is a complete and whole thought. And I think what I'm going to do in a couple of days is what I've done in the past, just read the titles of the lessons in a particular section, and we'll see how well they weave together. We've been told that, one lesson that we completely dedicate ourselves to with no exceptions and understand completely. One lesson is every lesson, and that one lesson is all we really need to understand in order to truly understand the entire workbook, if not the entire course. But I don't know that most of us are really doing that. We do have our faves. We all have our favorite lessons at this point. And even if this is your first time coming through the workbook, I'm sure you have already found certain lessons that seem to speak to you on a deeper level. And you go, oh yeah, I like that one a lot. Today's lesson, your peace is with me, Father. I am safe. I'm going to bring in a few other of our previous lessons, again, to see how well this is put together. I want to say constructed, but it doesn't seem like that's an appropriate word. But how well this is woven into one lesson to the next and into our spiritual tapestry that I don't think I've mentioned for a day or two. So your peace surrounds me, Father, because God goes with me wherever I go. And your peace goes there with me. It sheds its light on everyone I meet. I bring it to the desolate and lowly and afraid, because I am among the ministers and the messengers of God. So I am meant to bring your message, your word to others, that they too may know the joy of your love. I give your peace to those who suffer pain or grieve for loss or think that they are bereft of hope and happiness. I want everyone to know that God's peace and joy is for them. They're doing things upstairs. That God's peace and joy are meant for them to have. And I do that because I understand that in order for me to have God's peace and joy, I must give God's peace and joy. Send them to me, my Father. Again, I am among your messengers, your ministers. Let me bring your peace with me. For I would save your Son, as is your will, that I may come to recognize myself. I am the Holy Son of God himself. So that is why I want to bring your peace with me, because I know that it is mine, and that indeed I am as God created me. That one lesson which I easily find in every lesson, just about. Okay, I'll have to look for ones where I can't find it, but I see, because it's such a central thought to this course and to our learning. For we must learn that we indeed are as God created me. The other thing in this particular part of this lesson is that it reminds me very much of the poem by Emma Lazarus on the Statue of Liberty, where it says, I bring it to the desolate, lonely, and afraid. I give your peace to those who suffer pain or grief or loss or think they are bereft of hope and happiness. Send them to me, my Father. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, That's, freedom is so important to us. Until we understand that indeed we are free of the ego and free of torment and torture of any kind, free of being a victim of any kind. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. And the golden door I can easily see as being that door that is so prevalent throughout the course. That door that must be open for us to go through it, for us to truly come home. I lift my lamp. I shed my light. I am the light of the world. I shed my light upon that door that we all may go through it together. And the second part of today's lesson is the more text-like. And so we go in peace. To all the world we give the message that we have received, because again, if I want to keep it, I must give it away. The peace of God is shining in me now. And thus we come to hear the voice for God who speaks to us as we relate his word. These eyes aren't working lately. Relate his word, whose love we recognize because we share the word, the promise. Remember, God's word is his promise to us that he has given unto us. And God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And again, all that I give is given to myself. I give this to my brothers, my sisters, to all of the sonship, to my elder brother who gives it to me, because we know that all that I give is given to myself. I want to know this. I want to have this. I want to imprint this on my mind. But in order for me to do that, I must give it away. It doesn't work unless I give it away. And remember that we are that one self united with our Creator. And I am safe. I am safe. There is nothing to fear. Again, safety doesn't always feel possible in this world because this is a world of fear. But when I know that I have God's peace surrounding me, I can understand how I can be safe. I am not safe. I do not feel safe often in this world. But as I go through that door with that golden light, I know I am home, and indeed I am safe. The fifth paragraph, which we did yesterday, tells us that not to rest content until the world has joined our changed perception, until we all go home together, until the entire world can feel safe, until the entire world can understand that God is shining down upon them or shining through them. Let us not be satisfied until forgiveness has been made complete, until all of us have forgiven every thought of fear, every fear thought, every small-minded thought, till all of that has been made complete. And let us not attempt to change our function. Salvation is our function. Forgiveness is our function as the light of the world. For we who made this world must behold it through the eyes of Christ. We must see it through the eyes of Christ. We must see it through the light that comes from within the Christ mind. That what was made to die from the ego mind, this world was made to be temporary, and for everything that enters this world to expire. This world was made to die can be restored to everlasting life when we change how we look at it, when we change the purpose that we see in it, and when we allow God's peace, God's joy, God's love to be shared and to bless all of us and all of this world, every one of us. And that's it for today. And I hope it helped. I hope it made sense. Smile. This is a day of peace. And indeed, you are safe. You are safe. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile. Take a deep breath. We haven't done that for a while. And please be here tomorrow. Namaste.